What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and I'm joined here with a couple of my friends. And before we get started, let's go ahead and check this out real quick. I just said we're joined by a couple of my friends, and there's three of y'all here. So I wonder if people are wondering which one's the odd man out. Joined by three of my friends. But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming by tonight. I know there's a lot going on YouTube tonight. There's been some really exciting stuff going on over at Whack Comics. I want to give them a big congratulations. They're at the tail end of that 24-hour marathon. They've got a staggering 3 hours to go, but they've almost hit their money goal for their donations to the Starlight Foundation. So if they catch this on the rewind, congratulations, guys. That's really awesome. But yeah, let's say hey to everybody that's here. I got Steve from Burt Family 54 Comics up there. Hashtag Team No Sleeves.
That's right.
We got Justin Comics.
How we doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Yep. Always welcome and always glad to be here.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to have you. Hey, Abe. Abe, shut your face. And then we got the comic vet over here, all the way from Canada. Abe, come here, man. My dog's going nuts. Hey, come here. He's a guard dog, but he barks at shadows.
It happens.
But yeah, y'all talk for a minute. I want to go get my dog real fast. I'll see what he's freaking out about.
What books did you guys read this week? I read Dark Detective and Crossover.
For some reason, I wasn't able to get crossover number 4. I don't know why. I think my shop got like a very limited amount, but I definitely wanted to pick that up. So I'm going to get that next week for sure. Was it good?
It was better than issue 3.
Yeah, issue 3 was a little slow.
Yeah, my comic shop, I think, had like 6 or 7 issues of crossover left. A couple of the blue cover, a couple of the other normal one.
Yeah.
And by the time I got there, it was only open for an hour at that point. So I guess people are gobbling them up.
Right.
For the last little bit, or the last half hour or so, I've been reading House of L.
Yeah.
I'm probably halfway through the first story. I think there's actually a couple stories in this book.
Just one.
Oh, well then I'm about one third of the way through House of L.
I was fortunate enough to get the cover B for that. I had to snag that one. It was just too beautiful.
Yep. Yeah. DC's really been doing the cover Bs a lot prettier than the normal covers. To me, this particular cover is just, like an interior at best.
Yeah.
But no, to each their own.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. And then I'll
tell you what cover A's have been cool are those Superman versus Imperious Lex, those propaganda style images. I mean, not necessarily the detailed art, but just the design is really cool. Hey, man, dude, shut up. It was just Finn. Okay? That's the actual.
But I was able to also read We Live number 1. So I was good. I liked it a lot.
What were your thoughts on it?
At first, I was like, "Oh, okay, like simple, cool little story." And then I think the largest turning point was when I guess the guide or that
Simon.
old man Simon, that just popped the kid in the head, and I was like, "Holy crap! All right, yeah, we got a real story here." So I mean,
didn't see that coming, did you?
No. And then I got halfway through number 2, and then I got busy with the kiddos at work. But
the way that Inaki Miranda draws it, it's so peaceful, it's so serene.
Yes.
And with what's her name, DeCarlo's colors in it, it just looks vibrant and bright. The book is full of life somehow, even though it's post-apocalyptic. And you're like, is this just going to be some campy manga-ish looking book that Mark just sent me on?
Right.
And then, bow.
Yes. No, I definitely fell in love with it very, very quickly. I've been trying to get number 1 for some time, but I just couldn't.
Easy
You'll
with the
still not
spoilers,
see what's
guys.
coming, I promise. The fact that kids dies is no secret to anybody who watches my channel.
All right.
You don't know what kids, and there's a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
They're kind of the star.
It's really focused on just like, I don't know. I feel like I know what I'm reading. Like I feel like I've read this story before, but then again, you just don't. So it's like that's just really attractive about it as well.
Yeah, I kind of scored when I after work yesterday. I ran to one comic shop in my town to pick up some books from my other comic shop.
Yeah,
because they talk with each other. If one of them sells out of something and needs it for their subscribers, they'll call the other one and be like, "Hey, will you hold this for me?" And I kind of in between the shops, so I get a phone call from an LCS owner. He asked me to go grab them for him. And when I was there, I checked the back issues, and I already had a couple of copies of number 1. I've got one. I gave my daughter one, but I managed to find that beautiful second in the red color scheme.
Nice.
And then the third print, which it looks like it's in yellow, but it's actually a faded. It's made to look faded and worn, almost like you would have found it in that world, like.
Yeah,
It's like the fake stains that are all over it and stuff.
I like that.
It's really cool how they did it. But I got home thinking that it was a dirty book. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's funny. Were you able to get Ronin 2?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've read it already. It was really cool.
Yeah, I
I'm
remember.
still waiting on a variant to get in. Was supposed to be here yesterday, but mail.
Yeah.
So, are we comfortable enough to talk about the second issue with everyone that's like in the chat or whatever? Like everyone's at this point read the last Ronin 2.
Well, this
right?
is intentionally a spoiler-filled show. Let's say hey real quick to everyone in the chat.
Okay.
What's up, Ruben? What is up, Chris? And that gives people a time to kind of decide if they want to hear it. What is up, Rami Salami? We've got Steve in the chat and here. We have Sean Aris. How are you doing? Sold Twice. Yeah, that's the guy on Instagram who does the awesome drawings. I just commissioned to do one for me, both my kids here and my wife. So those will be coming in the mail soon. I'll be sure to show those off. We got Ruben Guzman again. There can be only Vaughn. He used to live here in Augusta. He no longer does anymore. He ran one of the comic shops that was here.
Nice.
Then we have Dales of Suspense. What is going on? Yeah, the cardstock variant for House of L is gorgeous. It really is.
I guess I'll have to grab it.
It says no spoilers, Rob Walk. For what book? Be specific.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I got a really good cover too. I mean, only small foxing up top. Other than that, I mean, it's just a stunning book.
What is up, Hefe?
Man, there is a clean copy of TMNT 1 on eBay I'm looking at right now.
Which print?
Third print. It looks near mint as all get out. $970 shipped.
Ouch.
Oh, that's
What
a
was
steal,
the
Steve.
print
Buy
run
it now.
on the third? 8,000?
That's
What's
still
that?
low.
What's to say? What was the print run on the third printing? Was it 8,000?
35,000.
Oh,
That's not so low.
It was like 3,000 for first print,
right.
6,000 for the second print, 35,000 for the third print. I don't know what for fourth, fifth, or sixth, or whatever.
That's insane.
I mean, 35,000 is still very, very low.
Yeah,
Like
in this grand scheme of things.
Ultimate Fallout 4 had like 70,000, and that book in a 9/8's $2,000.
I'm excited about watching that one go up because I hope my dad's in the chat. It's just sitting in his collection.
No.
You know how it goes, Steve. Waiting on him to croak.
Good.
He's going to outlive me. We joke about him dying or me dying first often.
Wow.
Did you hear what Rock City Comics said to Tyler's sister today?
No.
Well, I'll tell you later. It's not family appropriate.
Well, there is a chat in here, isn't there?
Yeah, I'll put it over here.
That's funny.
Yeah, I had fun hanging out with him a little bit. He's a witty character, and yeah, we had fun going back and forth on the stream a little bit. How fun was that toy show off, Steve?
That was pretty cool. Hey, I have that book, Justin.
Yeah, I had to pick this one up a couple of days ago. I'm very happy that I have it. I like it.
Which one is that?
Venom number 1.
Is that the A cover?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have some more books from your local hall that you want to show off?
I did. Yeah. I was able to grab a couple first series of The Flash. So we got number 259.
Oh, nice. Let me say that again.
I'm about like 100 books off from. I will have everything all the way before gold. So
nice.
Yeah, so I got that one. Let's see. This one. And then we got this one. I got a lot of Flash. A couple more. I won't show them all, but these are just the best ones. All of these are about at a 9.0, if not higher. So I definitely had to walk away with all of them. And then I got my Turtles book. Excited for number 3 so I can have all of them.
Boom.
And a couple more. So it's been a good haul. They did a 50% off this weekend at my shop. So yeah, so I had to splurge a little bit. So it's always good to find some good older books in a higher grade. I always feel happy when I find them.
Very cool. So what were your thoughts on Last Ronin 2?
Definitely didn't expect them to go into such detail just as fast as they did. I guess I don't know why, but I mean, I was just very happy to see how much progression the story was allowed to read, and artwork. I mean, I messaged you as soon as I read it, and I was just like, I was blown away with what they were able to do. And I'm very, very happy that it was on such a large book, because it was able to really just kind of just show off what the artist was able to do with colors and like, let's see. I really enjoyed this because it made it feel like a memory, like
that scene
that
there
was
where it
amazing.
switches to Eastman's art, dude, like it caught me off guard. Like,
right.
That's really not like a story spoiler. Trying to be a little respectful, because I know people, this is a big deal book. It isn't just an everyday release book. I mean, it's every few months. So this is normally a spoiler filled show, but just trying to be a little bit respectful here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil the story, but there is a scene in this book where the art changes to actual Eastman interiors, and it plays so well into what's going on in the story that it just catches you off guard, and you just get like this really cool sense of in a pretty heavy story. It was just really cool. Gorgeous art.
Yeah.
I'll admit I'm not the biggest Turtles fan. Probably the three of you grossly out-trump me when it comes to being a Turtles fan, but personally, I thought issue 2 was actually better than issue 1.
Yeah.
And being someone that's just a casual reader, that says a lot.
That was
the curveball at the end, I want to say the blitz that happened in the middle of the story there with the memory. If we're not going to spoil it, then I don't want to spoil it that much. That was just like, I had to close the book, put it down for a second. I'm like, wow, this is really how they're going to do this. They're really going to do this, and we're going to get to see it. And then opened it back up and carried on, and tremendous. It's just tremendous.
Yeah.
And
No,
I was one of those.
pacing.
I was just kind of like, the Last Ronin, okay, a million different covers. Who cares? I was wrong, like 100% wrong. It's just incredible writing, and the artwork is superb.
Yeah.
And there's that blitz in the first one. The first one was like a Jason Statham crank movie. Like, it just doesn't stop. Like, in all seriousness, that's just a good comparison. Or that Clive Owen movie, Shoot 'Em Up, where it's just nonstop. And then going from that pacing, you're kind of wondering how they're going to handle the second issue. Is it just going to be a lull issue where the whole thing is just kind of story built?
Nope.
No, they managed to keep that pacing, but still interject all that story and context and backstory that you're looking for, and that they just found the perfect balance to it. It was really impressive. It's a great team with so many collaborators on one book. You'd expect there to be like different opinions and ideas, but they're working very well together.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that most people on this panel, well, at least half the people on this panel, have the Best of Raph book, the Negative Space variant. I've picked up all of those.
There's
Best of Raph book was
one
a fun
left.
one.
Mikey.
Yeah.
I think the FOC for that's today. So it's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Bumblebee Tuna, Mike Knight, how is it going?
Oh God, I love that.
Ace Ventura reference.
Yeah.
Just walking through the town, Bumblebee Tuna.
Bumblebee.
Excuse me. Your balls are showing.
Oh,
Wouldn't it be
God,
too
dude,
nice?
with my help, he could be the best.
Yeah. Earthquake test.
Yeah, God.
So good. So what would you give this week your read of the week, everybody?
I only got 2 books:
Which two?
Crossover and Dark Detective.
Now I know you're reading Dark Detective, right, Chris?
Yep.
Did you finish it out?
Not the latest.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Justin, are you reading Dark Detective?
I did not snag that one. I can try and pick it up.
Well, I can tell you this: it ends with a bang.
Okay.
No. Will it carry on?
Will it carry on?
Well, this is the future state stuff. So, from what it's looking like from all the solicitations, like everything's going to be leading in this direction, with not necessarily this being the end of it. Like the Peacekeeper 1's going to be in.
Oh, number 4, Dark Detective number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it. My bad. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So this was the end of this, but you'll see Peacekeeper 1 kind of like. Did y'all read Next Batman number 4 and the bonus stories where you find out his real name and see him without the mask on for the first time and everything? That's where they reveal Peacekeeper 1 and the worst backup story out of the whole thing. But his name's Simon Saint. That was like last week's stuff. But I guess you're going to see him like fill in that role and why he's so formative and why he's so feared, and he's not just a pushover, because he seems like just a random military guy. So there's got to be more to him. And you're going to see the next Batman is going to have his own book coming out called The Son of Batman or Batman's Son or something goofy. But you'll see Jace getting into the role of Batman, I guess, with all that Wayne money in the Fox family. So they're going to be filling that gap that Future State has between normal timeline and that jump. But I don't think it's all going to necessarily end up being in the Future State ending to it all, if that makes sense.
I'm sad to see the Future State be dumb. At the same time, I'm excited for Batman 106.
Me too.
And Flash to have a Wally West centric story.
Very Wally West centric story for a few issues.
Yeah, I can't wait for that cover B. That's CGC worthy for sure.
Yeah, with all the different iterations of him.
Mm-hmm.
For the Flash?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
That was a good catch, Hefe. You're talking about like the Saint, like the old black and white, the Saint. I think Val Kilmer they made a movie about that old show. Pretty sure that's the same one.
Yeah, I my bad. I was misunderstood. Yes, I definitely great book. I was able to pick up cover B.
Yeah, dude, I was impressed with the interiors. That was a Power Ranger artist that they got over for that.
Who?
For the Dark Detective.
Oh, Dan Mora, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
Yeah, he's really worked himself up.
And there's another writer that you mentioned on Panda's live stream, or artist that just got picked up by another big company that came from Boom.
Hal Aaron.
And he did a pretty famous recent cover for the Burke family, didn't he?
He did. It's right here. I don't have any left. Well, unless you want to buy a VF copy. This is my Mighty Morphin number 4 variant with my logo on the back. Yeah, he did the cover. Pretty sick.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
Very nice.
I'm like, some of those backup stories were really good. Like the Red Hood backup story was really cool. And there was the ones in the Worlds at War Superman were really good. That's pretty much all the ones I would say were really good. The rest of them were just meh. Grifter was pretty cool.
I also got Fantastic Four number 72. That's on the way. So,
did you have to order that one?
Kind of. It was at a different shop, so they're gonna send it down to me.
That's a big boy book.
Yeah, it's a 4.0, but hey, I'm not complaining. That's a huge book for me. I'm grateful for it. That, and now I'm gonna search for Venom number 3, cover B, and then Flash 139 first appearance.
Is Panda still selling his Venom 3?
I think so.
First print, and I have a third print.
Those are the A covers, though.
His is an A.
That Panda has.
Yeah.
So what do you think of crossover, Steve? I know you weren't necessarily too hyped for it when it first started.
Issue 4 was better.
Just starting to get some structure to it.
I guess it seems like he's trying to. I don't want to say too much. It was,
dude. You can say whatever you want. I'm not like.
Seems like he's trying to bend all these stories to what other stories he's written, plus all these indie characters that no one's really heard of. That's what I'd say.
I was hoping for some more straightforward appearances. You know, it's an Image book. They can use. Well, I guess it's the same thing since all these creators own their own rights to these characters, even though it's Image, they're all under their own creators' rights. So saying like just because it's Image, they can use Spawn or Michonne, that is just like, yeah, it's the same dilemma as trying to use Superman or Batman, really. But I do have that one. It's been a busy week. I haven't gotten to read that yet, or the new issue of Maestro, Chris.
Maestro.
I'm gonna
just watch Seinfeld. You'll know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm definitely pronouncing it wrong, but I've come to terms with that. I was a kid when I first read Future Imperfect, you know, and as a kid, I'm like just phonetically sounding out this word that's not English. Maestro.
Maestro. I think Dustin called it Maestro. Maestro.
There's been a few mispronunciations.
There's no Y in there. But I've been getting all the covers for that. This one was really sick this week. With him just sitting on the throne, he's holding Vision's head just hanging there by the wires.
We could talk some WandaVision too if you wanted.
Which one?
WandaVision.
Oh, dude, did everyone watch it?
Yeah.
I'm 2 episodes down, sorry.
Oh no.
If you want to.
How much spoilers have you seen from just being online?
I haven't seen any, thankfully.
Anything going on any social media?
I can jump out. I don't mind.
Just mute your mic or mute the sound for a second.
After I take these off, I won't be able to hear y'all.
All right, we'll just wave you down.
Okay, cool.
Go for it, Steve.
It was a good episode, but I still, there's nothing in this show that's super like crazy good to me. Like it's gotten better for sure, but I still like the very first episode. He hasn't seen it, so I know he's going to agree with me. But the very first episode of Superman and Lois is exponentially better than WandaVision. You don't think so?
Come on. No.
It's like 1,000 times better. 1,000.
Go at it, Chris.
I have a soft spot for Superman, but again, I watched an hour of the hour-and-a-half episode of Superman and Lois, and it's again, they're okay. Let's just make everything around Superman miserable. So this is the only way how we know how to write Superman nowadays is instead of taking on a big bad or let's expose his powers or whatever. It's okay. Let's make everything around him in his personal life horrible and see how he reacts. It's been done, in my opinion. However, WandaVision, I thought it was terrific. I really, at first, I kind of thought I want to say General, what's the name of the guy that's in charge? Anyways, I thought he was going to be Mephisto himself or, behind the scenes because it made it look like early on it looked like Wanda went in and scooped the body up or whatever. And then I kind of thought, okay, well, after this episode, or halfway through this episode, are we actually going to see they're using the tech to make Wonder Man? But I guess in the end, they just wanted her to try and power him up with her power source there in the Sword headquarters. But I enjoyed it thoroughly, especially seeing the character struggle, finally having that breakdown where everything in her life is just gone. Everything good is gone. And she finally had her breakdown.
So my grievance with WandaVision is what has me excited about Superman and Lois. And I've mentioned this to Steve, and me and my wife were talking about it when we were setting the DVR to record it. But having backstory knowledge of Scarlet Witch's story, of Agatha, of Vision, when you watch this, like there's no surprise that Wanda was the catalyst of this. There's no surprise that it was Agatha. There's no surprise that her name is Scarlet Witch was the big reveal of this episode. So everything that they've done that's supposed to be like moments for the viewers, it's just been like, okay, now that we have that done, can we get to the big reveal? So having that back knowledge, it's just spoiled the whole show for me. So there's really been nothing that's, I mean, it's been interesting to watch, but this is a one-off watch for me. I will never be like, dude, I need to watch Wanda Vision again. And there's tons of shows that I rewatch. There's tons of shows that are worth rewatching. This one has zero rewatch value for me. Now, that being said, I'm sure that like that's an awesome thing for them to do for most people who, don't go into comics as heavy as a lot of other people do. Like the overwhelming majority of the viewers are not as comic heavy, you know what I mean, as the people who have that same problem. So with Lois and Superman, they're taking Superman from an angle that hasn't been necessarily explored in comics, just judging from the trailers and the breakdown of it. But you have him and Lois married on a farm in Smallville with two kids that don't exist in the comics. So they've intentionally taken it to its own source material. So I'm not going to be holding it to that standard. And I dang sure ain't going to know what to expect or what's coming. You know what I mean?
So how did you know about the Suns?
Because they're in the trailer.
Yeah.
They advertise that. Okay. Yeah, that's what
let me ask you guys a question.
Wait a minute. Superman didn't get depressed and go crazy and materialize them out of his mind, did he?
Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I didn't know if they were ripping off Wanda Vision because when you read if you read Generations Forge, you can see maybe a little comparison to the way Wanda Vision had started. With a little aspect of that, I was reading like that's a little close. This is a black and white little throwback pocket universe this guy just created, and just saw that in the first few episodes of WandaVision.
I just thought the kids, the kid angle, they just kind of, played up the all-American son and the troubled, chip on his shoulder son. Just kind of, to me, it was just a little prototypical so far. However, I enjoy the actor who plays Superman. Is it Tyler Hoechlin? I believe the guy's name is. And the lady who plays Lois actually did a real good job too. But let me ask you guys a question about WandaVision. So we all saw the part where the image of the Scarlet Witch appears to her and when through the stone. Now, do you guys think they're setting it up where the Scarlet Witch, because we heard Agnes talk about the Scarlet Witch being a myth, are they setting up where it's going to be a title like the Black Panther or Ghost Rider or Phoenix, how we've had multiple people be those titles throughout time? Or do you think it was just her seeing something in the stone and now she has that power?
I honestly thought it was Jean Grey the first time I watched it.
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was Phoenix.
Which is
the headdress
Marvel
gave
Girl.
it away.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just like her getting a glimpse of what she's capable of. You know what I mean? Just seeing this an all energy encompassing vision of herself and what she could be. What's CW? I think that it's just locally called the CW, Steve. It might be called something else in other places.
It's the CW.
It's a CW up here too.
It's a CW everywhere.
It's just a network title.
No, it's
like ABC.
CW.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we didn't even go too spoiler heavy.
No, we did not.
We just kind of went context heavy.
I'll watch it tonight. I had to finish the what did I finish? I think I finished The Mandalorian. But I'll knock it out tonight. That way I can.
What have you thought of it so far?
It was good. The first few episodes, I was definitely caught off guard. And then as they started to like dive deeper into the show and like really just kind of push the boundaries of Wanda and her basically just all the crap that's happened to her. You know, they're really putting her through it, which is interesting.
They really go into detail in that later on too.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see. I mean, it was especially just like when I started The Mandalorian, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I respect how amazing it is. I definitely didn't expect The Mandalorian to be as good as it was. So,
that's an amazing show right there.
Yeah. So I'm interested. You know, even if it's horrible, I still enjoy watching something from Marvel, and then The Flash coming back Tuesday. I'm definitely grateful for that. So.
Well, I kind of mentioned it. I'm mentioning it to you. For me, I feel like WandaVision's a one-off. Like I wouldn't necessarily ever rewatch it again. Like I watched every episode of Mandalorian season 2 at least twice.
Oh wow!
At least twice.
Yeah,
it was so good that I would wake up and watch it immediately because I get up early enough to catch stuff before the rest of the house wakes up.
Yeah,
and then I watched it in every single watch party that Steve did for it. Didn't miss one of those because I was so hyped about it that I wanted to talk about it as soon as I could with people. Like
it was great.
That's just a great show. Yeah. I mean, I cannot co-sign anything Disney's done with Star Wars other than Rogue One.
Right, I've heard that.
Then they give us Mandalorian. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Rogue One was up there with Mandalorian, though. It was that good of a picture.
Of all the Star Wars movie, I thought Rogue One was the most war-like movie. I thought it was just terrific. Yep.
Yes, it is safe now.
Everybody's like, let me jump out of here, man. What do y'all think about the next thing that they're doing for the Winter Soldier?
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
It looks more action-packed oriented, and because they're off the script of the like with Wanda, they really just went into a very specific story from the comics that it's just very predictable. It's very, very predictable, the main plot of this whole thing. Yeah. With Falcon Winter Soldier, it's not. They've jumped straight to Zemo's kid. They skipped over the original Baron Zemo altogether, and so they're just really pushing it forward, and they have more to work with. Just like I was mentioning with Superman and Lois, they're just really coming from their own angle, and it's where you're not really hindered having comic book knowledge on these characters where you're familiar with them, but it's not predictable. Who knows what story they're going to tell? It's not hard source material, and normally I'm one of those people that really enjoy when they stick close to source material, but
yeah.
I really regret that with WandaVision.
I'm really looking forward to the Falcon and Winter Soldier so much more than what I was for WandaVision, just because all the little hints and reading stories about information that could be real about what happens. That we may have Batroc the Leaper return. I remember GSP talking about that he actually signed back when he made his Winter Soldier movie appearance.
George St. Pierre?
Yeah, GSP. Yeah.
Making sure I have that right.
Right. That he actually mentioned that he signed on for more than one appearance. So we could have Batroc the Leaper show up in this, or maybe he's going to be in Shang-Chi with the Legend of the Ten Rings. But I'm way more hyped for Falcon and Winter Soldier than WandaVision.
No doubt.
They casted those guys well.
Yeah.
And when is that supposed to come out?
A few weeks.
Yeah, I thought it was April.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to leave that much time between WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier.
I hope not. That's one thing that the Disney, the DC Universe streaming service had down pat. When that thing dropped, when that streaming service opened, it opened with Titans. And the Friday that Titans went off, the very next Friday, their next show started. And it stayed like that all year long. Like this show might not be intriguing to you. Like they switched up the Doom Patrol and Titans and the Young Justice stuff, but they had brand new content once a week and it built up really fast. So I hope Disney gets on board with that because it's taken them over a year to get the first Marvel show out. That's not a COVID thing. They just started unprepared.
Yeah.
And is this the Incredibles as in like the Pixar Incredibles?
Are they coming out with a TV show?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Specs, is that the Incredibles Pixar team?
Y'all gonna get Berserker?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd already got 2 copies coming because I wanted to have one for myself and one to do with whatever I feel like doing with, maybe throw into a giveaway or something like that,
Yeah.
But all I can
Tourist-
say is absolutely. I'm
Me too.
excited about adding it to the PC now.
Yeah, me too. I'm hopeful I can get a couple covers just besides A. But I don't.
Sorry to Hefe there. I don't think Crossbones is going to be making any appearances in the MCU anymore.
Hey, look,
But,
man, he had a building dropped on him one time and he was just fine. I don't see how the explosion's going to stop him. He was armored in that explosion.
Yeah, that would be quite the twist if he showed up anywhere. But
Invincible.
Invincible, yeah. Invincible's coming to Netflix, yeah.
I'm not Amazon Prime, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Amazon Prime. I'll watch it. I'll be honest.
I'm not excited about it at all, but I'm going to watch it and I hope it blows me away. But I don't.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be picking up Berserker myself. Not to plug my channel, but it was a pick on that was released today for 2 cool guys, 2 hot picks. But I think I'm just going to stick with just the normal cover. I know there's 1,000,001 variants that are coming out with that one. I get that they're going to milk it for what it's worth, but I'm hoping it's good. I kind of turn my nose up at celebrity-driven comic books, other than say Kevin Smith doing Batman Cacophony and his Daredevil stuff, like that whole J.J. Abrams tragedy that he did with Spider-Man. Just like I'm fed up with it. I know Patton Oswalt did a pretty good writing job too, but otherwise, when celebrities kind of get in the comic books, it's not something that I've regularly enjoyed.
Yeah.
So, Robert,
I can respect that for sure. I hope the story is on par with the level of anticipation. For sure.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Just make it John Wick over time, and everyone's gonna love it, right?
No, it's
more like.
I know.
I don't even want to say anything. Rather, y'all just read it. But it's like I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to get into it.
Everything that I've heard about it kind of just reminds me the character's going to kind of be like Wolverine.
Basically, it's like
he's in a. That's all.
Wolverine, Winter Soldier put together.
Yeah. Like
they're sending him on missions, but he's indestructible.
Yeah.
Oh, he's very destructible.
Yeah, he is.
That was so wicked.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
The aspect that I'm excited about is how they're going to handle the mythos to him. Because like everyone knows from the covers and just what it is, like every cover you see sitting there with arrows in them and bullet holes in them. So you already know that aspect of it. But the why and how well are they going to play into the why? Like, did any of y'all watch The Old Guard on Netflix with Charlize Theron? Like, their mythos was so cool because it's so questionable. Like, I'm excited about that aspect of this. How are they going to handle that? Because it was cool watching them get shot up and beat up and keep on trucking and everything. The action was amazing. But the mythos is where it really hooked you. The action just got you to the next mystery piece. You know what I mean? Where are these puzzle pieces? It keeps you intrigued. That's what I'm excited about this book. And the artwork is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a beautiful blend of Jolie Jones and John Romita Jr. when he's on his game.
Yeah, it definitely reminded me of Jones for sure.
Yeah. Old Guard was an interesting movie.
It was. A little bit of blood. Like, there's plenty of characters out there that you can liken this to. Yeah. But the Eternal Warrior being one of them, because he's like, not going to get into how old that he might be or might not be. But there's a scene in there that reminds me of another very famous book where I'm like, yeah, that could be this guy might be this person. Like, are they insinuating that? I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad we're gonna have something to talk about. And
yeah, it's hard.
Batman
Which one? What are y'all's anticipation, or what do you expect Tynion to deliver in Batman 106? Because I'm like a naysayer for Tynion on Batman.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard. This is the only book, kind of book that we've ever disagreed in, because I've enjoyed it and you've hated it.
Well, I haven't necessarily hated it. I just liked it strongly. It's because I read detective also, and
Yeah.
when Tomasi is just writing out consistent fire stories, and everyone's just talking about Batman because it's not detective, it's Batman, and they're just.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people that read Batman don't know to go pick up Detective Comics. Like new readers go in looking for Batman, for example. You know, when you get Tynan, it's like Case. His name is hot right now, but Tomasi's solid, like consistently solid. You know, that's why he's on their like mainstay book. But where Batman suffered from the gap to get to Future State with a poor story, with a rushed ending, with the worst ending I've seen in a Batman story in a long time. Tomasi used it as a springboard for Future State. Like it was so smooth. It was literally the foundation for what came in Future State. And I don't know, it's just there was great stories happening in detectives and everyone's talking about Batman. And you can ask Steve, I called it from early on in that Ghostmaker arc. I'm like, this is filler trash.
Yeah.
And every issue it just kind of got worse and worse.
I've still liked it.
I've enjoyed it, but I mean, it's better things are coming. I mean, obviously with the Flash, that was I wasn't even finishing those books. I was just like, this is horrible. I mean, but
And I understand it coming from like you have something coming and you don't have enough room to tell like anything really big. I think I was just mad at the way that they treated Ghostmaker because I was intrigued. I thought he was cool at first.
Yeah.
But right out the gate, he did little things that caught my attention. Like Batman would have dialogue saying, "Oh, he's just mad because we've known each other for so long and we've fought numerous times and he can never beat me." So you've established right from the get-go that this guy can't beat you. So everything that happens moving forward, I'm just like, you just took the thread out of him. And then when you get Batman down to just the cowl, sitting there face to face with, I'm like, this is Ra's al Ghul setup fight here. Like that. Last time you saw this, you had Neil Adams on Batman giving him chest hair for the first time in the cowl with the sabers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what made his arc so like dynamic back then. Those little details, how realistic he was. But so they built up that whole scenario for an epic fight. And Batman's like, I don't want to fight you anymore. And he's just like, cool, let's not fight then.
Yeah.
Like I was just so taken back by that.
It's a big peak and then let down.
I see these bringing out Scarecrow, and I don't know if y'all saw my video. That's what's got me kind of hesitant to get excited for it because he seems like he's just made.
Scarecrow.
I'm excited if Tynan can do something different with him because he's a very cool villain, but he deals in fear and science. I think Batman deals in those too.
He's got a PhD in both.
In both. But I'm hoping that Tynan, because looking at like a Department of Truth and something that's killing the children, you know, maybe he can take a more horror angle and come from Scarecrow from a different angle and do something unique with him.
Maybe and I know this is a reach, but maybe the superhero books are, as far as comics, are kind of not where they used to be. You know, we have so many different books like Once and Future. I mean, even We Live, Only Find Them When They're Dead. There's just so many different storylines that are just hitting crossover, hitting these just A+ books out of the park. And, you know, it's just superhero stories are kind of just maybe they're coming to an end, so to speak, you know.
I think indies are really hitting hard right now. The indie games are strong. Boom is crushing it all around.
Right.
They really are.
Yeah.
They're the ones doing Berserker. That book's got so much hype on it.
Yeah.
No, I heard more stuff from a guy who does covers for shops, and he was talking about today on the live stream where Boom is no longer going to allow retailers to have retailer variants for their books except on issue number 1s.
Interesting. I wonder if that's going to end up shooting themselves in the foot over that one.
That is just like what I heard like a week ago. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I didn't hear the detail about the allowing it for number 1s though.
Why is that? Did he say the same thing that I heard, that they don't have a exclusive variant person anymore?
Yeah, I was working in a dog kennel while I'm listening to the chat. It was this guy named Sheldon who, like, he has a Radiant Black variant he's done covers for Comic Kingdom of Canada and stuff. But I didn't hear if he gave a good reason for it or anything. But he announced that he has a cover for Something Is Killing the Children number 16, and that the next story arc is only going to be a 4 or 5 if they push it out story arc, and that story arc will be over. and he said that they did cover layouts for all of them, but he thinks the only one he's actually going to get to do is the 16 because of the new rule. And I didn't hear the why to it, but that's pretty crazy.
I know it's pissing off a lot of people.
I mean, there it is.
I wonder if they threw Scarecrow at Flash and made that a 6-issue story arc. How interesting would that be?
That would be a cool concept, just to do a rogue shakeup.
Yeah, it's always good when they switch that up. Like in 52 when the Joker popped in, it was good.
Have any of y'all watched the Batwoman TV show that started not long ago?
No, I tried episode 1 and I just couldn't.
Nope.
Now, Something That's Killing the Children is one that I jumped on to late in the game about at issue 10. I picked up the first 2 trades and already had the other issues. Like I started picking up at 10, but didn't start reading it till 13. And I just when 13 came out, I was able to read it all in one sitting, and it was really good. I do love the art. I don't care for the panel layout because it's so untraditional.
Yes.
Because every other page you're reading page by page and across. Yeah, and I just keep reading in the wrong direction half the time. I have to catch myself.
Yeah.
But they need to put arrows in there or something.
That's funny.
Yeah, they kind of borrowed from Todd McFarlane because McFarlane really did that in the 90s. I found like storytelling across 2 pages. But yeah, everyone knows how I feel about Something Is Killing the Children.
And read the last issue?
Nope. I'm just gonna kind of wait a little bit, and when we get that release date for 16, just kind of space it out so it's still
April something.
Yeah, so it's fresh in my mind.
Oh no, dude,
you can pretty much guess what happens.
Yeah, the next one doesn't continue from this. You could cap it off.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the House of Slaughter.
Yeah, there's no nothing huge in this one. It's just tying up a story.
I need to read it. I wanted to get the most recent book, but I was just like, I'll read number 1 and see if I like it or not.
Now, Department of Truth is hitting on all cylinders for me. I mean, that's just kind of up my alley. It's just fun content to talk about to begin with, but to weave a story into it. And this last issue was really cool because they just did a whole throwback issue and took it back to the early days of the first calendars getting made by the church and how the church was setting all these religions up and starting to write a calendar, but jump forward 100 years and insert some fake rulers and fake history that never existed, which you can liken to actual religious stuff. And they did it to make it look like they were more dominant and they didn't have this tainted history, so they could create a gap in history to make a narrative that people can hear and read about. Oh, they've been doing this for a while. They must know what they're doing and stuff. And it was really cool.
How do you feel about the artwork for the Department of Truth, the interiors?
It changed in this issue. They brought in, I can't remember what the name of the person they brought in, but I enjoyed it. It worked good since it's a flashback for so far, when you're changing your narrative up, it helps to change the artwork up, just like we talked about with Last Ronin too.
I liked book 1. It was good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the artwork. It reminds me of like some Wilder, Bill Sienkiewicz stuff, but like if they're on methamphetamine while they do it.
It's funny.
But it does match the style of the story. They can still clean it up a little bit, man. Some of the panels you just don't even know what you're looking at.
I didn't like the art in the first 2 issues, and that's when I stopped reading.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I do feel like it matches it, but like I said, I would still clean it up a good bit. So what do y'all have coming on? Your channel's coming soon. We got 3 people in here with channels.
3 people. Man, I need to make some more content. I just enjoy talking on Sunday. So as of right now, that's just what I'm going to be doing. Just joining in when I can.
Nice. I appreciate having you whenever you're available.
Thank you, sir. It means a lot.
I got a Mystery Box Monday video all queued up, ready to go for tomorrow. I'll probably release it after midnight Eastern Standard Time here, and open up a couple of torpedo boxes. And for everyone that's watching, check out this particular video.
Got some good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good.
Cool.
I was quite pleased with it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm doing my 2K giveaway this week. Finally going to give away. I'm just going to grab them real quick. I want to do the live stream probably Tuesday night. I'm going to give away the Venom 25 second print, a Batman 24. Both of those, and a TMNT Last Ronin #1. Oh, this is a #2. Where's the #1? It's over here somewhere. TMNT Last Ronin #1. And some other stuff.
That's a big giveaway.
Well, 2,000.
Wow. That's quite an achievement, man. Congratulations.
Awesome stuff.
Appreciate that.
Now, I dropped Comic Vet's link in the description below. Make sure everyone goes and sub him up. And then Hefe here that's in the chat, this is a local here in town. He's been posting some really cool video content lately, some unboxings and mystery boxes and that he's gotten from some awesome stores. And I also have his link in the chat right there. So everybody go sub him up as well and check out his stuff. He's got some cool stuff on there. And I just passed 500 subscribers myself this past weekend.
Oh, yeah. Congrats, man.
Congratulations, man. Well done. Well done.
So that means I've got some stuff already for the giveaway, but I have to scramble and find, I don't know, I feel like I need to find more stuff or other stuff.
I can think of some cool T-shirts you can give away.
Like, huh? Dude, I
can think of some cool T-shirts you can give away.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that came like a whirlwind. Like I got that shirt and I put it out there and I pre-sold 25 T-shirts in like 24 hours, and then they all came in. So I spent last Thursday when I was on Steve's auction thing, I was on there like sitting here getting all the addresses together, and I got all that set up. So they all should be shipping out tomorrow. And yours is going to be coming a little late, Chris, not because of you're in Canada, but because I'm adding something to your package.
Oh, don't be doing that, man. That's all.
But yeah. So you'll be getting yours a little late. The Canada thing is not an issue. But I will message you like we talked about, and let you know what's what.
Yep.
And but yeah, I'll have I know I have a slab I'm giving away with a couple other books, and of course I'll have some stuff to give away in the live chat. There might be a T-shirt to give away, but yeah, a lot of T-shirts that I still have to organize.
That's good.
So,
man.
Steve, you mentioned that you have some slabs you wanted to show off, brother.
Yeah, they're here. I got them. I just grabbed them since I went down here. Okay, so this was an A-OK from the comic book Poser. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1, the launch party kit variant.
Oh, nice.
This is the only slab I have in the old case. And then I bought this from him Thursday during my auction for $40.
Oh, dang. That's a steal.
That is a steal.
Ooh,
I didn't have to pay shipping since we work in the same city.
very nice.
Batman 3 Jokers #1, variant cover D.
Very nice.
So those are my slabs that I got this week. Got 2 slabs this week. Only paid $40. So
That's sweet.
Jeez.
Did you read the Red Hood backup story in Dark Detective 4? When Jason put on
put me back normal size.
When Jason put on the Red Hood
Yes, I did.
helmet, that was cool. Like after reading 3 Jokers and how Joker was taunting him for calling himself Red Hood and wearing his mask and everything, then a few months later in Future State, see him actually have to put on the Red Hood helmet.
I like it.
That had to hurt. That had to hurt. That was pretty cool. Do you have a Go-Go #1 though?
Yeah, because the Go-Go #1, that's the first appearance of Matt, who is the, spoiler alert, new Green Ranger.
So I'm going to show off a couple slabs I got myself. We mentioned earlier backstage that I have a special book, but I'll show you guys just a precursor to what I'm going to go. This is the cover B for Teen Titans 12, first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, nice.
And so I have a foil variant of the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs, but in a 9.9.
Holy crap!
The foil and in a 9.9.
9.9.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
How many schmeckles did you have to pay for that?
I guess it was just a dumb luck timing when COVID first hit late last spring. I was on eBay and I was kind of in that DC kind of mind where I'm like, I'm going to see what I can find for the Batman Who Laughs, because I was really enjoying what Snyder was doing with the character. And so I decided, okay, let's see if I can get any 9.8s for less than $150 US. And all said and done, I got both for less than $275 US shipped.
Wow.
So I don't know what it's worth today, if it's gone down a little bit or if it's hovering around that same point. But to get a 9.9, I guess the foil's a convention exclusive. But yeah, to get a 9.9, it's the only one I have in my collection. I was pretty happy to get it.
I still don't have a single 9.9. I'm hoping that when I send some Ronin books off late this year, either next year when the series ends, because I just want to send them all 5 issues in one go, hoping to score one.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of 9.9s for 3 Jokers, and the last Ronin is starting to pop up on eBay and that. But
those square bounds, man.
Those square, they either grade beautifully or horrifically, right? There doesn't seem to be much middle ground.
Now I'm hoping that Batman Who Laughs might be gone for a little while, but I'm hoping that Robin King gets played with a whole lot more. That was such a cool character.
Really was. I could agree 100% on that.
Yeah.
Like when he pops up, you see that eerie feeling. Like, and his villain monologuing was just ruthless.
Yes.
Like he's not telling you about his big world dominating plan. He's telling you about what he's already done, and he's already like started that you're about to die. Like you've already been poisoned. Let me tell you how I did it while you die and stuff like that. That was just really cool.
Very sinister. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good stuff. Well, I'm not planning on staying on here too long tonight. I've been up since about 3 a.m. and I'm about beat, and I'm going to try to hop back over onto I'm going to try to tough this out, man. I'm going to hop back over to Whack Comics Live Marathon and try to support those guys. I'm really impressed with what they're doing. They've managed to raise a whole lot of money for the Starlight Foundation. And I actually won a giveaway of theirs. Like early in the morning, they did a little giveaway for a Batman vs. Superman figure set, like an con exclusive figure set. And I ended up winning it. Like I was at work in my early morning shift, and I won a little giveaway. I thought that was really cool. But if y'all can, go over there, donate to that charity. They're doing all kinds of giveaways and raffles and stuff. And even if you can't contribute, just go give them a thumbs up and drop a comment. Just give them guys the support. They've been going for like 22 hours straight.
Gosh.
Yeah, they got 2 hours left.
Yeah. So I'm going to hop off here, guys. I appreciate all y'all coming on. Thank you all in the chat. Go over to Whack Comics and give those guys a what's up. And until next week, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.